In this video tutorial we will crochet fifth wheel. If you read instructions, it says that you have to make 20 single crochet stitches over the triple packing cord. So I will use my 5 millimeters in diameter handle for the hook. You can use a knitting needle, 4 or 5 millimeters, and a wrap thread number 10 around the needle 3 times, 2 and 3. After that you can take this cord off. You don't need this hook anymore, or needle, whatever you use, and pick up your working thread. And make your first stitch to secure working thread on the coil of thread or packing cord. After that, crochet 20 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At some point I like to change, move the packing cord. It will have like 2 ends on both sides. I'll switch them. It's easier to crochet this way. It will look neat when that part from the left will go on the right. And this part you can actually drop because it will just give you extra thread thickness of the packing cord, which you don't want. So I put all of them ends for packing cord and working thread on one side and continue crochet. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Before we will continue, you can cut this packing cord, the ends of it off. Be careful not to cut your stitches. And from now on, I will zoom a little bit. And if you read instructions in the book on page 11, we'll have to finish it with slip stitch and chain 1. Before I will do that, and before I will crochet, I always like to read the instructions ahead of where I am. So the first row that will start after this last slip stitch and chain 1, we will have to crochet over the packing cord. First of all, they're talking about single cord, which you can do if you crochet with very fine thread. Since we crochet with thread number 8, I use a different packing cord. I pick up cord that has 4 strands. So I took my number 10 thread. I cut 48 inches long cord and folded in half twice. So I have 4-stranded packing cord. And the way I add this cord to my work, I insert the hook, the place where I will have to make the last stitch for the centerpiece. They say to make slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. So I insert my hook into the first stitch. I also pick up my packing cord and put the end or loop of the packing cord on the hook. And I make slip stitch. Make slip stitch, chain 1. By making slip stitch and chain 1, you will attach your packing cord to the ring. It will be attached on the back, you will not see it in the front, which is what you want. And it will secure, it will be staying there like that without any problems. It will not move and wobble, you don't need it either. Now we can start row 1. For row 1 we will crochet only over the packing cord, and according to the instructions we have to make only over the packing cord. Single crochet stitch, half double, 3 double crochet stitches, and finish the petal with half double crochet and single crochet stitch. And we crochet only over the packing cord. To make it easier, you can position your cord in such a way that it will look like it's a petal already, and crochet around it. Single crochet, then half double, then 3 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, half double crochet and single. Pull on the cord a little bit so that it will create a curve. Then have to count on the ring 3 stitches. We have to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and into the 4th stitch we will make single crochet stitch and also make it over the packing cord like this. And again you will have to repeat the same petal, the same pattern for the petal number 2, only over the packing cord. Single crochet, half double, 3 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and finish the petal with half double crochet and single crochet stitch. And again skip 3 stitches on a ring, 1, 2 and 3, and insert the hook into the 4th stitch of the centerpiece. Then place the packing cord on the top of that stitch and the hook, grab the thread and make single crochet stitch. Secure your petal in place. So repeat this 3 more times and you will have 5 petals. I will get my prepared piece and we will continue. You can always stop the video. So I already have 4 petals. I have to make 1 more. 1, 2, it's a single and double and half double, and then 3 double crochet stitches, 2 and 3, half double crochet at the end and double and single crochet. Now after that we have to again connect this to the centerpiece, and the way we will connect, we will make single crochet stitch and over the packing cord into the last stitch here next to the first petal, then drop your packing cord, you don't need this at this moment, and make a slip stitch. Right next between where you can insert your hook, next to the first petal at the very base of it. Now you will have to crochet the other set of petals. The other set of petals will look like this, and before that we will have to make those arches. As you notice, they are shifted. The pieces where they begin right behind. We will crochet them on the back, and the indentation of those arches is right in the middle of each petal. In order to do that, we have to shift our work a little. So we cannot, our packing cord is right here, our stitch is right here between last and the first petals. We have to move right behind and in the middle of the petal. It does not they do not explain in this book how to do this, but all you have to do, pull this, fold the petal, first petal toward you, and on the back, move to the middle with slip stitches, inserting the hook into the visible stitches to you, just like that. And then here's this middle stitch right in here. It will be, if you look, unfold the flower, this is where it will be. So here we are, right in here. So now we can continue crochet, and we need to crochet again over the packing cord, starting from this place in the middle, right in here. So the first thing we have to do, we have to make single crochet stitch into this shifted stitch behind the petal and in the middle of that petal, and we have to make it over the packing cord. So I will insert my hook into that middle, behind the petal, in the middle of that petal, place my packing cord on the top of the hook and stitch, pull thread through. Make sure that the first stitch is also tight, and stitches of connection, when you connect packing cord to the work, is tight. So here we are, we had our first stitch behind the petal and in the middle. Next step, we have to crochet only over the packing cord 17 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. I always pull a little bit to create a curve, because it will be curved, we need it curved, and then connect again behind the second petal. Make sure it will be in the middle, right in here. But in order to do that, fold your second petal toward you and insert the hook into the stitch in the middle. Place the packing cord on the top. Grab the thread, pull it through, and make tight single crochet stitch, connecting packing cord to the center of your work, just like this. And it's a little bit too big of a loop, so holding with your hands that last stitch, and stretch always. I always stretch last stitch so that you will not unravel your work and will not lose it. And pull on a cord slightly, so that you will see that arch between petals, and at the same time it will not be as long as it was before. And then continue doing the same thing again. Again, crochet 17 single crochet stitches only over the packing cord, and then connect to the next place behind the petal and in the middle. So repeat this 4 more times. And again I will get my prepared piece. And we'll continue crochet. So let's assume we made all of the single crochet stitches over the backing cord and connected all these scallops or loops to the centerpiece. This is how it will look like on the front. This is how it will look like on the back. And the last scallop or arch with single crochet stitches connect to the ring, also behind the first petal and next to the first scallop. After this, we will have to drop our packing cord, and we will not crochet for a while over the packing cord. Just drop it down. And now we will build up our petals here. We will crochet those stitches right here, right into the scallops. If you notice, they start, here's a scallop, and the double crochet stitch start a little bit higher than the center where we finished. So what we will do, first make a slip stitch right between the petals, the first and the last petal. Make sure it's a nice and tight stitch. And then we will crochet 4 slip stitches into the edge stitches of the scallop. And we crochet into the back loops. So 1, 2, I think I lost 1 stitch here. Yes, 1. They are very tiny stitches, you cannot see them. 2, 3, and 4. So we raised up our work onto the scallop by 4 stitches. After that, we need to make chains 3. 1, 2, and 3. So the first scallop we will have chain of 3 stitches, and then in the next one, and second and third in other stitches, we will not make chain, but we will make, instead of a chain, double crochet stitch, and we will count right now this chain as 1 stitch. Okay, so chains 3 and chain 1 more, chain and double crochet stitch into the next stitch of the scallop, chain and double crochet, and we have to make 9 more stitches here. Total of all these double crochet stitches, counting chain as a double crochet, has to be 11, and each double crochet stitch separated by chain 1. So we have 1, 2, made chain 1, and then we count in double crochet stitches. 3, chain 1, 4, chain, 5, chain, 6, chain, 7, chain, 8, chain, 9, chain, 10, chain, and 11. No chain here at the last. After this, we will have to skip 7 stitches at the indentation. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and into the 8th stitch of the next scallop we will make next double crochet stitch, double crochet. This is how it will look like. And continue. We have 1, 10 more, making chains after each double crochet stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't forget chains. 7, 8, 9, 10, chain, 11. No chain here. Again, skip 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And into the 8th stitch, continue crochet, following the same pattern. So, this is how it will look like, and we will continue. You have to make 5 petals following the same pattern, and this is what you will have at the end of this 3rd round. And I will stop the video. I will give you time to continue and finish this part, and we will finish the rest of the flower together in the next lesson.